Good morning, YouTube. It is Wednesday, March 27th. Taking a look at the news today, we don't seem to have much. Some Australian dollar CPI news that was traded yesterday, and an FOMC member talking at 3 p.m. today, and at 5:30 we have retail sales for Australian dollar. Taking a look, let's just quickly scan the market, see what's a good pick for today. We have the AUDCAD, nice reasonable sideways market, so we're going to add him to the watch list. AUDCHF a bit too trendy, so no thank you. AUDJPY, again adding him to the watch list. The 1 minute is quite trendy here, or sideways market. The Australian AUDNZD we traded last night after the CPI. We had a quick breakdown here to these previous lows. So making higher and higher highs, higher lows. Went into a bit of a sideways trend, broke below these lows after the CPI news, and we ended up getting into a buy. Right about here, I think we placed stop loss at break even, and we hit the break even stop loss probably around midnight. So we're still gonna keep our eye on this trade, but doesn't look like we'll take much today. AUDUSD again, nice sideways price action. We'll add them to the watch list. CADCHF, like any CHF, seems like a bit too trendy right now. CADJPY, we can add to the list. CJ, a bit too much of a downtrend. EURAUD, nice sideways price action. We'll add AUDCAD, sideways. We'll add AUDCHF, too trendy. EUROG, we'll add EURGBP, probably won't add this guy. EURNZD, we will add EURUSD. We will not add GAUD, we will add CAD. We'll add them to the list. No to GBPCHF, GJ. We won't add GBPNZD, we will add we won't NZDCAD. We can add this guy to the list. Interestingly enough, we were actually looking to get into a buy here at 4.5. Interesting that this would have been the one to play out. Wow. Yeah, we had anticipated a buy here. We had our limit orders on for the entirety of the day yesterday, and then took it off at the end of the day. So, anywho, we'll keep our eyes monitored on this guy. Not on any Swiss pair. NZDJPY, we could probably look into. USDCAD, we're not really looking to trade, but we're just monitoring, seeing what happens as we head. Also got an outbreak even on this one. USDCHF, no trade here, and UJ. Interestingly enough, we'd also want to take a buy here. Take a quick look at gold and their indices. All right, we have our lists. And we just need to sort our list a little bit. All right. Just gonna start to apply some support resistance levels. We have our ranges that we can start to see what sort of opportunities there will be. All right. So just quickly scanning through what we might need for price range or price range. Just getting through what we might need. There's actually less of an opportunity here on NZDUSD. There's just a lot too much bearish momentum. So again, typically like to trade in more consolidating sideways markets or opportunities for breaks in trend. AUDU, this previous break of the high here into the low could have been an opportunity, but that's long gone. So we're not really looking at anything here. If price does start to break to the downside, it's just a bit too bearish overall on this market structure. I don't think getting into a buy would be a wise decision. Had we gone like higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then immediately shot down, I would be more keen to get into a buy for price to come back up. However, because we've reached this high and we've slowly retraced back down, we're creating highs, lower lows, higher lows, lower lows, higher lows. I don't see this as strong of a resistance point. So probably going to stay out of AUDUSD as well. GBPNZD, we have this wedge pattern forming. Typically, I would like to see a significant break to the upside and then price to come back down to the low to get into a buy. But yeah, likelihood of this happening today is pretty much not gonna happen. Like it's not gonna happen, so we don't necessarily need to worry about it. It's not. It's not something that we're expecting. Similarly here with EURONZD, we have a nice sort of ascending channel here. It's not super clean, which is why it's also a little, I'd be less likely to want to trade it. You do pretty consistently see higher highs though, and higher lows. You can see this nice ascending channel. If this were a bit more sideways, I'd be a bit more keen to get into some buys or sells at the top or bottom of this channel, but for now, we'll just monitor. GBPAUD, again, somewhat of a similar wedge pattern forming. You've got some equal highs here, some equal highs down here. And typically you're getting higher lows. Break of the high, equal highs, higher lows every time. And if price starts to break up, then price could be gone. I wouldn't be expecting personally to want to buy or sell. It could reject or it could continue on further. So again, not super in line with the strategy, so we are just going to ignore it. Euro AUD, well, sorry, we're not going to ignore it, but we're just going to keep it on watch list and keep monitoring. Euro AUD, similar wedge-ish pattern, higher highs, equal highs, higher lows. Yeah. EURGBP, nice sideways price action. So we had a break. We had some sideways price action here. I think this is what we traded yesterday. Yeah, we had these highs here, so we ended up getting into a sell as price came down, and then price continued to shoot up, and that knocked us out of the trade from last week. Should have got out of break even, but didn't. Ended up getting knocked out for a loss. Price has come back down since, but would not have hit our 2-to-1 anyways. I think we got in somewhere around here, I think. And we were targeting, I think we were just targeting 1-to-1. Yeah, didn't quite make it. It is what it is. Now price is in a bit of a new range. Here we've got equal lows here. We've got relatively equal highs with a significant break here. Yeah, not a whole lot to do here. There could be an opportunity to get for a sell if price were to come down, or get into a buy if price were to come up, but again, doesn't necessarily match the strategy. Be curious what the strategy is. AUDNZD is a relatively good indication of the strategy. You have a new high here. You have price trending here. You have equal bottoms, higher highs. So higher high, higher high, higher high, coming down into this equal bottom because of news, anticipating price to continue up higher. If these were lower highs, I wouldn't have gotten into this trade. So if this was something like that, I wouldn't have gone in. But the fact that it was creating higher highs every time, I felt like was a bit more bullish, a good bullish indicator that this was a good support level to buy off of. Anyways, USDJPY also a good opportunity to get in off this support level here. The reason being, we made a nice high here. We had a lower high, unfortunately, which is not ideal, but this came with a very nice precipitous drop. And so that's the other thing we're looking for. We're not looking for price to slowly meander down like this, right? If price makes quick impulse moves to these resistance levels, especially after creating a very recent new high, you can typically anticipate a very nice bounce at these levels. So there was obviously support here. There's a little bit of support here, here, and here, but I typically like to aim for the lower support levels because that'll just give me a bit more of a reassurance that price will indeed bounce. So sometimes price can bounce here, come up, and then break down to the second level. And so that's why I personally would rather not risk getting into the first level of support. Price did come down to this level, roughly bounce, and then came back down anyways. So had I gotten into the trade here, I probably would have got out at break even here. And had I missed getting in there, I probably would have gotten in down here. But to be honest, I probably would have gotten knocked out at break even anyways. Or I would be when price came up there, I mean, I probably would have got knocked out at break even multiple times. And now, just the fact that prices made this high, lower high, lower high, and if this breaks into a lower high and price comes down, I'm not really looking to get into a buy again. I think prices played around and bounced off this level too many times. I wouldn't be trying to get in there. Man, I just did not have my mic on this whole time. Well, hopefully it starts to sound a little bit better.
Alright, I'm actually pretty lost right now. I don't remember which ones we're on, so let's just start from AUDCAD. Again, price made lower low, so high, lower high, lowest low, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. If price had come down precipitously down to this support level, I probably would have been keen on getting into this trade, but because price is slowly meandering back down, I would be less inclined to get into a buy at that lower level. NZDCAD, again, this was a trade we were looking to trade. This was the main trade we were looking to trade all of yesterday. We had a buy down here. Price had made this significant move up, breaking all previous resistance levels. It capped out here. Nice significant support level, so if price were to come down, we were anticipating a quick bounce here and for price to continue higher. So unfortunately we missed this opportunity. But we will pretend and we will fill it in. $81, that's what, 165. $570. Add a little text. As per usual, if you do not okay. You should journal your trades in some capacity. You should have an idea of what you've done a week ago. I just think it helps the learning process. Whether there's any sort of research involved in people who trade successfully, who journal versus not journal, I don't know if there is. I think everybody likes to say trading is much more superior to not journaling, but again, we could just be full of shit. But I mean, I literally couldn't tell you the trades I took last month unless I opened up my journal. So I do think it's easier to reflect upon your trades, and I think journaling in many other aspects has been shown to be quite beneficial for people, so I don't see why trading for journaling for trading wouldn't be either. That one, it's also important to journal sort of missed trades or trade opportunities, which is why we're letting this one go. We're trying to see, all right, if we didn't overmanage this trade, if we didn't move our stop loss to break even, what would happen? If we had a further take profit, what would happen? Like, it's important to not only just journal the trade you're in, but journal the possibilities. How do you know that the trades you're in don't actually go, if you take a quick screenshot once you're out of the trade and you just completely ignore it, how do you know that maybe you're not over managing your trades all the time? How do you know that maybe you're not moving break even way too frequently and that you'd actually be better off not moving your stop loss to break even? Maybe your take profit, you go 2-to-1, and in fact you would actually be more profitable if you went 3-to-1 or 4-to-1. You don't know that unless you journal your trades or continue to monitor trades that you've left or exited. Anyways, let's continue on. GCAD, not much here. Equal highs here, equal lows here. Bit of a sideways market. EUROCAD, maybe some opportunity here. Again, we have some equal highs here. We have some equal lows with a significantly lower low. AUDJPY. This is a trade we ended up getting out at break even. Not out at break even. We ended up getting margin called on this trade. Yeah. We ended up getting, I think we entered here possibly at like 981, 982, 983, and then got margin called pretty much up here at this level. So all the way from here to here is not pretty. Got margin called with that guy. Got margin called with this guy. I think same thing. We got margin called from about here up to here possibly. And prices just continued on. And then the last one we got margin called was NOS. We ended up taking a sell here and we got margin called up to here or something like that. So were I not to get margin called on those three trades, none of them would have exited yet. It's a sad reality of poor risk management trading. So AUDJPY price is starting to come down. To be honest, I really don't want to take this buy, hoping for price to bounce. Like it just doesn't give me the, just based on the market structure, just doesn't really give me the reassurance that this is actually going to bounce at this level. I know it's pretty similar across the board. CADJPY, NZDJPY, AUDJPY, they're all actually at a relative level where they could bounce, but we could possibly look to get into a buy here on NZDJPY if price were to come down to 90.5, but it's a big possibility. It's kind of a, we have this nice bullish movement after coming down here. However, we have started to have some very standard bearish momentum here. And while this has played a really good support level, you can see just how easy it would be for if price to come break down here, hit our sort of stop loss. we look at what happened last time, we had some bullish. So this would have been a good move here. So we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, break down to the lowest low. That could have been a good opportunity for a buy once we broke below for price to move up. Right, we had this nice bullish or bearish trend. We had some good strong support here, and then we had some bullish movement, and then we had price coming back down to this low. This is very similar to what we saw in the AUDNZD trade, except for it was a bit more bullish the entire time from the previous history. Okay. So yeah, this is everything on watch. I don't think there's a huge amount of opportunity. The news that's coming out today isn't super big, so maybe there might be some opportunity later on in the day, but it's not looking like there's gonna be much. I wonder when that NZD trade happened, what time it was. Oh, middle of the night. Man, sometimes you wish you could just not have to sleep and be able to trade those golden opportunities. All right. I could stay on, but I think after the analysis, I think I'm going to call it here. So thank you, and I will see you all tomorrow.